Hello, my name is Dan McMonagle with Safe Money Concepts, and today I want to talk about how much insurance is enough. Are you worth more dead than alive? That's not a good position to be in. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of life insurance, or really any kind of insurance. Now, that may sound a little odd coming from a life insurance agent, but it's true. However, I do recognize its purpose, and I do believe that life insurance has its place in most families' financial planning. Now, the challenge is in determining the proper amount. This is where the expertise of an experienced agent will serve you well. Typically, there's an ideal amount that could be determined from sorting through the financial assets and determining what the overall objectives are for each family. No one wants to be insurance poor. That's when you're paying so much for insurance that you can't afford to do anything else. On the other hand, you don't want to be in a position where your family is not provided for if something happens to one of the income earners prematurely. Are you overinsured or are you underinsured? How do you figure out the right amount of insurance of life insurance to have? I believe the key is in finding the right balance. Now let's talk about a general formula that you can use to get a ballpark figure for the amount of insurance that you might need. There are generally four different areas that we look at. The first area is death or funeral expenses. The second area is income replacement. And there are several different ways to look at this. Some recommend that you take your gross income and multiply that number by the number of years left until retirement. Others look at 6 to 10 times your annual earnings. Another way is to look at your annual expenses and divide that amount by 4%. And that'll give you a lump sum that you could effectively start drawing an income stream from. Now the fourth area is debt or mortgage payoff. Many families rely on two incomes to cover the mortgage and debt payments, and some may want to have their home free and clear or the debt paid off, and others may not. Now actually there is another area, fifth area that you need to look at as well, and that is education. You might want to include private tuition or college costs if that's important to you. What are some of the other factors that might decrease the amount of insurance that you would need otherwise? This includes any Social Security benefits that you may be eligible for. There's some benefits for dependents if something happens to a breadwinner that's been in the system long enough. Although there are some people that are not sure if they want to count on Social Security for anything, but it's there if you want to use that in your calculations. Another area is spousal income, both the earning capacity now as well as in the future. That may reduce the overall amount of insurance that's necessary. And then some people like to look at their other assets. Typically you build up your assets in order to provide you a base to live off of for the future, and so you might be able to use those assets to help reduce your overall insurance costs as well. Another topic is how long will the children be at home or need support? And is there anybody else financially that's dependent on you? Now each situation is different, and it all depends on what's important to you. Life insurance is not about you, it's about the people that survive you. When you look at a combination of other assets that you may have as well as your insurance coverage, the big question is what kind of lifestyle will your family have? And is everyone happy with that? Now each person's, as I said before, each person's situation is different. You definitely do not want to be worth more dead than alive. And I would encourage you to put a life insurance agent to work to make sure that you do have adequate coverage, but not too much. If you have any questions about this topic or any topic concerning life insurance, please feel free to give me a call. My direct number is 719-331-1100, or you can send me an email at dan@esafemoney.com. I'm happy to help. My next video will be on, is it better to rent or own your life insurance? Which type of life insurance makes sense for you and your family? This is Dan McMonagle with Safe Money Concepts, and I look forward to talking with you on the next video. Enjoy.